It's about that time of year where I finally get to take the bike back out again, but as you've seen in the last video, I've had to shove it back into my apartment using a little bit of modifications here.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of an experiment. So take it out of here, shove it back in the U-Haul since I got rid of my truck, and take it to Eric's house. Can't wait for this.
Actually gonna get this thing out. This is what we were talking about. He replaced the handlebar with a dowel.
These are the things you can do when you're single and alone. Okay, well, after entirely way too long,
a few hours later,
it's finally in the truck.
Gotta give it that old little jiggle to make sure it stays in there.
Yep. Yeah. It's just like you gotta shake it at the end of going to the bathroom. More than twice, you're playing with yourself.
If you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it.
After like over a month of planning and trying to get it out of there. Here at Eric's house, got it back in the garage. Gonna start taking it apart here and fix that oil leak because it's leaking more than what Harley normally should be, so that's kind of saying something.
Absolutely no idea what Tony's doing. It's a lot of blah, 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 blah. So Tony's gonna explain to you what's going on because I have no clue.
This bike's been leaking a bit out of the front pushrod tube here. It's done this since I've owned the bike, but it's progressively gotten worse. And now it's to the point where it's just like it's leaking out down the side, getting onto the exhaust. You know, Harley's leak, but this is a bit excessive. So you can even see this little piece here is kind of, I mean, it's probably hard to see from the camera. This is pretty bent upwards, and I think that's where it's been leaking from because of that. And now it's just been leaking all over itself. So basically to get to this, I have to pull off the top here and pull these out, the rocker arms, pull these out, and then basically be able to get the push rods through there. Pull these tubes out and then replace a little tiny rubber O-ring. That's all it is.
Yeah, whatever the hell he said.
Yeah, whatever the heck he said. Whatever the heck he said.
Hey, my car runs, bitch. Not yet. Not yet. I don't have a comeback. Let me buy it first.
So it's basically, so I've gotten further along. I was able to pull off the top of the head, was able to take off the rocker boxes, and now my valve springs are exposed, and was able to pull out the push rods. And so now I'm able to take these off, these retainers, and I can replace these crappy factory ones with these really nice billet aluminum ones I got. And I'll also replace these gaskets because these are probably from 1996. So it's moving along pretty nicely. I'm a little afraid of that. It's going too smoothly.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
Something's terribly wrong.
Well, let's hope not.
Yeah. All right, Alright, so it's been about a week since the last time I showed anything, and I tried it last week on Sunday, and it did not go as planned at all. Everything I bought for this project I had to rebuy again, because basically I bought these pieces from Hammer Performance. They're beautiful aluminum billet milled out pieces, and to put them on you have these little gaskets in here, and you're supposed to put on just a dab of super glue. I did not put on a dab. I put on a little bit too much, and they stuck in there very well, too well. And once I pushed the pushrod tubes through these things, I squeezed out the excess and it got into the pushrod tubes. So basically I had the pushrod tube super glued to the gasket, and the gasket super glued to the bracket here. And I essentially had one giant useless piece. And to break it free, I had to hammer the crap out of it, as you can see, and I kind of damaged it. I don't think they call it Hammer Performance for that reason. So I had to buy everything all over again. But however, it turns out that it's kind of a blessing in disguise that I messed those things up, because somebody decided to chew up some of my gaskets I had for the next part. And thankfully when I bought the new pieces, they come with new gaskets. But unfortunately he got a little carried away and started chewing away at my spark plug wires. So special thanks to Bunta for making this project a little bit more challenging. So as you can see, it's yet another day, judging by the different color shirt now, and I still haven't gotten anywhere on my bike. This little bit here has been way more difficult than I anticipated. I did about 8-9 hours worth of work yesterday, something like that. Longer. And I got one gasket in. It's not even this one, it's over in the bag. And one of these adapters in. And it's like impossible to get it to work. If anybody has any idea on how to get these damn things to work, for the love of God, let me know, because they're too pretty to not use. But yeah, so it's been about basically combined 2 days of no progress. So okay, so to give you guys an update, it has now passed the 3rd weekend of working on my motorcycle, and I have finally been able to get one set of the pushrod tube retainers on, and the pushrod tubes as well. And I've gotten the whole back cylinder finally put all back together. That thing's all set. I've now got to do the front one, and all I have left is just one last retainer to put in here. And I think I can figure it out. So for any of you who have actually stumbled into this video because of the title of it being, you know, a Harley Sportster, and possibly are even trying to work on the same exact thing, and if you've even made it this far and have somehow retained your attention the whole time, fantastic. But unfortunately this video, I do not have a sort of how-to on how to do this, but I think I'm gonna do a video coming up next after this on how to actually assemble these Drag Specialties collapsible pushrod tubes with the Hammer Performance pushrod tube retainer clips. God, it's all like such a mouthful. But yeah, so finally making progress. This whole weekend I probably could have finished it, but I had to help Eric with his BMW so he could finally get that thing running too. This whole friend group's got cars that just aren't running. We're finally trying to get them all running together. Doug's got his RX-7 running, so that's 1 out of 3. That's all I got for you guys this week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.